all my industrial players out there, we need to talk about Alpha 3.18. It's not looking very good for us, but there is light at the end of this tunnel. I have some thoughts. Let's talk about it. Piracy is about to get the biggest boost that we've ever seen since the start of the playable persistent universe. This begs the question, are we ready for this? If your answer is no, then I hope that I can convince you that you absolutely can be. There is a lot of controversy surrounding this topic, and 3.18 is about to fan the flames. Flames. I think we're beyond flames. Since I'm all about that positivity though, I don't care to dive into the controversy itself. I'd rather focus on what we Star Citizen industrialists can do to give ourselves the best chance to keep bringing in those wonderful profits. Yes. So here's another perspective. Star Citizen is growing. It's expanding and it's becoming exactly what many of us have been waiting for. We'll get past these dark times. We will. Underneath the looming realization that piracy is about to hit a golden age, unlike anything we've ever seen before, we'll see that 3.18 is but one step in the right direction for gameplay and opportunity for us all. Physicalized cargo brings in new experiences, new cargo-related gameplay mechanics, immersion, and strategies, and most importantly, more gameplay. Yeah! Growing Pains is the name of the game, and 3.18 is going to have a bit of turbulence, but I'm kind of excited about that. Is it just me? So before getting into the strategies and things that you can start doing today to prepare for the coming storm, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Part of the content that I provide is and will be tips, tricks, and guides, which can help you on your Star Citizen journey. But without any further ado, let's talk about what we can do today. The following section will be me breaking down the tips and strategies that can help you prepare for what's to come. Let's begin. Tip number 1. It's time to start mastering the basic ship flight mechanics and operation. To survive in any environment, you must be prepared. Part of being prepared is mastering the basics. The basic flight mechanics and ship operation is key. In the middle of a challenging situation or danger, you need to reserve as much of your mental capacity on the dynamic aspects of your situation. You want to get to the point where using your power triangle, navigating your ship, and understanding the flight mechanics is second nature. So get practicing this right now. This is probably one of the most important things that you can do, period. On to tip number 2. It's time to start getting comfortable with one or maybe two ships tied to your profession or the activities that you wish to do in the game. If you are a miner, this is less of a consideration because we only have 2 ships as of 3.17.3 anyway. However, if you are a cargo hauler, maybe it's time to settle down with your Caterpillar or your C2. Though it's obviously okay to fly multiple ships, it is worth getting extremely familiar with your main driver or ship tied to your profession. The resource management and more nuanced manufacturer-specific elements of the ships are yet to come. However, it may be time to get as familiar with what is unique about your ship in the game right now. One example of this is the Prospector. Let's be honest, the maneuverability is lacking, but you can get so familiar with flying it that you understand its limitations to a point where you can squeeze every bit of capability out of it while compensating for said limitations. Now, you won't be outmaneuvering any arrows or even cutlasses out there, but at least you bridge the gap as much as it can be bridged. Every little bit counts here. Two different pilots with different skill can make the prospector perform very differently, and this is by design. Your character in the game does not have a flight skill. That will be all up to you. So get to refining those flight skills even as a prospector pilot. Tip number 3, if you haven't already, join an organization. Playing and practicing with others gives you a distinct advantage that you won't realize from the outside looking in. In just one training session with my organization, my skills jumped, and I kid you not. I learned so much in a short period of time just about dogfighting that I probably would not have learned on my own. I do want to stress that this game can be enjoyed tremendously as a solo player, but it is worth recommending this step because it does make a difference. Tip number 4, I have a video up on my channel that talks about increasing your chances of survival against pirates. In that video, I share some specific steps for ship mining safety practices, but some of those steps include things that can be helpful to all professions. I have added that video to the description below and to the card in the top right. Tip number 5, learn to scout. When you are approaching any destination, be that a hangar or point of interest or a mineable rock, check your surroundings and use your scanner. Tip number 6, do not bring unwanted attention to yourself, such as at night on planets and moons. Do not use your headlights unless you absolutely have to. Pirates can see lights from a pretty decent distance, and that can tip them off to an opportunity. That opportunity being you. Tip number 7, start to pay attention to common quantum and travel routes. Try to remain as unpredictable as possible in your movements around the verse. A big part of a pirate's success relies heavily on their ability to both find and trap you. Without this, the threat is non-existent. So it's time to focus on how you navigate the different systems of Star Citizen. That is, of course, once Pyro comes along. Tip number 8, study the opposition. We touched on this in number 7, but there is more to this general concept. Understand your enemy. Pirates care about the following things, among other things. 1, profit over time. 2, risk versus reward. 3, cost of doing business. Now, there will be more, but I wanted to bring these up because they give you some insight into what type of opposition you may face, depending on what you are doing and what value you are carrying. Never forget that we industrialists have some commonalities between us and pirates. We want to make the most in the shortest amount of time possible. Pirates are no different in that regard. This obviously does not apply to those players that just want to wreck your day, but again, they are not the problem as far as 3.18 is concerned, because nothing about 3.18 changes their motivations. They just like explosions, and they can do that today in 3.17.3. So, on we go. All of these suggestions can be summed up in the following: preparation, readiness, and reaction time. Preparation is self-explanatory. Readiness is all about staying ready so that you don't have to get ready. Reaction time is all about optimizing those precious seconds we sometimes have that make the difference between maximizing our profits or losing everything. This is the name of the game for us industrialists. The less time you take fumbling around, searching, trying to remember this button or this function, the less time it takes for you to respond effectively to danger. So get into the game and work on that muscle memory. I truly hope this was helpful, and if I missed anything, you veterans out there, please don't hesitate to go into the comment section and share your thoughts as well. I appreciate you all, and this is where I'll sign off. If you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you in the next video.